it's Amanda from the Hinman Holistic Health Institute, and today I'm going to share a little secret with you that once you understand the power of these two things, you can line these up and use it for incredible transformation in your life, and especially as it impacts your child's life and their health going forward. And I guess what it is first of all, let's talk about why you would want to take action in a new way. You know, if you joined us on some of our trainings and previous workshops, you know the benefit of having the whole internal environment of your child's body be a place that can really promote their best health and happiness, that can line them up so that their cells can function to the best of their ability. And the way to do that is by making small, simple changes in the daily habits of your family's life. And when things become habit, just like brushing your teeth, it's automatic. It's something that you don't even think about it, and that's a way to keep it carried through for the rest of their life. So, what's the key here? Well, the key is to understand that knowledge, first of all, a lot of people say knowledge is power. Well, I really like to think of it as knowledge is potential power, right? The real power comes from taking action, or maybe not taking an action that you previously used to take. That choice in how you behave is what dictates the results that are the outcomes that you're going to experience, and the same for your child. So we want to get the driving factor behind, well, what motivates people? What makes them do things or not do things? This is where these two secrets come in. All people, all humans are motivated by either moving towards pleasure, something that they deem as enjoyable, or moving away from pain. We are hardwired in our nervous system to try and protect ourselves, to stay comfortable and to be secure. So we will always avoid pain. If there's ever something that we perceive it to be as painful or overwhelming, then no matter what your brain says, as much intellectually as you're thinking, oh, I know this information and I know this would be good for me, if you don't change this association in your nervous system, you will never stick with it, because your nervous system is saying, this is too much pain. This is too overwhelming. There's no way I want to keep putting myself into this spot. So what does that mean for us? Well, if it comes to making new changes to help support your child's healing, right? If you want to start to improve the way that you can communicate with them, and maybe have a little bit more patience and understanding, and have that open understanding so they can feel loved for who they are. Or maybe you want to take a look at the balance of the activity and the downtime in your child's life. And you know things maybe are off kilter a little bit, and it seems hard and overwhelming to try and shift that around and get to balance. Whatever it is, maybe it's changing some nutrition habits and the way that they're fueling their body, what they're putting in. The key to making it be successful, for helping you to take action in a way that's going to be sustainable, is to really align your pain and your pleasure both in the same direction, so that it's pulling you for that new direction that you want. So how do we do that? Well, two things. The first is to become crystal clear on what it is that you want for your child. So create a health vision, right? What do you want for your child in 12 months from now? What do you want their health and their happiness to be like in 5 years, or even in 10 years? Or into their college years and adult years? How do you want to set the stage now for them to learn habits that become as easy and simple as brushing their teeth, that are going to lay the foundation for a lifetime of happiness and health? Well, once you have that vision and you know why you want it, you know how important it is to you, that is going to motivate you towards your pleasure, right? Because you all want what's best for your kids. So that's naturally going to be a pleasure-driving motivator for you to take action in a certain way. And then the other side of it, the flip side, is to get clear on what are the obstacles. What are the stumbling blocks and the things that have maybe slowed your progress or held you back altogether so far? Why is it that you haven't been able to maybe implement some of the changes that perhaps in the back of your mind you know would be good or could be helpful? There's always some pain associated with that. And let's give an example of changing the way your child eats, right? For a lot of people, I hear this often, and it's very common. My child is a very picky eater. There's constant fights. So there is so much pain associated with trying to change that habit and the process of how you would go about changing that habit, that it becomes a motivator to not change that habit in the direction that would move you for their healthy vision, right? So right now, that pain and that pleasure are at odds with each other. They're not lined up to get you forward to the same direction. So it's really important to uncover those obstacles. The first step is awareness. to have someone talk you through and figure out what are your obstacles. Where are you associating pain in terms of making change or taking action in a new direction right now? And how can we have a perspective shift? How can we look at things from maybe a new angle or ask a different question and then shift so that the pain is if I don't do this? The pain is what's going to happen if nothing changes and it continues to get worse. Now all of a sudden your pain and your pleasure are lined up in the same path, and they're going to automatically propel you forward to make it easy to take action in a new way. So this is the key, is lining up that pain and the pleasure, lining up your two strongest motivating factors so that they're both in sync and in line with where you want the future of your child's health to go and where you want the future of your whole entire family's health to go. Now, to be honest, this requires a lot of intention. And the key for having intention and the ability to do this stuff, that means it takes a lot of energy and a lot of thinking. Well, you have to have energy to have in order to do that. And that's why it's so important to have a support system around you, to have tools to make this step-by-step easy, and to have the daily inspiration to keep you motivated, to give you a focus, and to help you create self-care habits so that you as the parent can start to have a little bit more energy reserve so that you can continue to make action in line with your vision for your child's health. So all of these things are part of the puzzle. It's what we help people with and what we feel so passionately about. So I hope that you join us. Sign up for your one-on-one call with us, Mike or I, and find out how you can get crystal clear on the vision and the pleasure that you want for your child's future, as well as uncover those obstacles and figure out what are the stumbling blocks that have been holding you away. How do you have the pain maybe looking at it in a different perspective that you can line it up so that they're both moving together instead of working against each other? That's what we want for you, because when that happens, transformation is inevitable. It's going to happen, and it's going to help everyone in your family get to a better place. So feel free to reach out. We'd love to connect with you, and we'll see you soon.